praise and welcome to Woodlands Church. Let's sing together. Joy to the world.
Your turn to shovel the sidewalk, then it's not quite so much fun. It's a whole lot of hard work, and you'd be amazed how much work it is. Snow is so heavy. Who knew? It looks so light and fluffy. And when you got done ice skating, you come in and go to take your skates off, but you can't because those skate laces have gotten so wet and those knots are so tight and frozen. And anyway, your fingers are so cold they don't work anymore.
Comes for us all. Oh, how nature acquaints us with the nature of patience.
Are you going through a season of winter where it feels like you're being buried under an avalanche of problems and pain? You know, sometimes winter is a wake-up call. It makes us realize we need to come in out of the cold. And the pain gets our attention and wakes us up to the fact that we need God, that we're going the wrong direction. So maybe God is trying to get your attention today. God wants to stop you from going down a destructive path because he loves you. But then if you're a Christ follower, you being woken up in the middle of the night with your smoke alarm going off, and you wake up and you smell smoke and you see flames all around you, and you try to run downstairs, but the stairway is collapsing because of the flames. And then you try to go back up, you get back up on the second floor, and you realize all the windows are blocked with flames. All of a sudden you hear a thump on the rooftop, and it's not Santa Claus. And you're really excited about that because it's the sound of an axe breaking through the roof, and then you see that there's a hole. And so I want every one of us to take out that little card that we put in your program. It says get connected, but just take it out right now. Everybody take that out. There's a little box at the top there. And if you would say to me, Carrie, I want to reach out and take the hand of the Maker who's made a way for me. I want to take the hand of Christ and let him save me. Then would you just put a little cross in that box? And if you would say, Carrie, I know Christ is in my life. I've invited him in. I've reached out and grabbed his hand. He's saved me. I've received his free gift of salvation. God is in my life. Jesus Christ is my Lord. But I have to admit, I've wandered away from him. I'm not as close to Christ as I once was. I haven't been very involved in church lately. I haven't really been spending time with God. I've been going down the wrong path, and I'm not as close to him this Christmas as I have been. And I want to come back. I want him to renew my heart. I want to renew my faith this Christmas. I want to be in church in January every weekend to grow in my faith and spend time with him in the morning, just reading his word, and I want to get back to him. He's just waiting. He says, come home. Would you just draw a heart in that square so we can send you information on how to grow stronger? And January is going to be an amazing time at Woodlands Church, so I'm kicking off this series we're calling Simplify and Soar. Because when you declutter your life from the things that seem so urgent but aren't important, and you start focusing in on the important things, you find a power that you never dreamed of. And that's what we're going to be talking about in January. And maybe you just got a lot of questions. That's okay. Bring your questions to God. God's not afraid of your questions. Keep coming to the church. Keep learning. Do an honest intellectual search for the truth. But if you would say that and put a little question mark in that box, we want to give you a free gift. Our teaching pastor, Lee Strobel, has written a book called The Case for Christ. And maybe you would say, Carrie, I think I've received Christ, but I'm not sure. I've ever taken his hand. I'm not sure. Well, then get it settled right now. Christmas 2018, right now in this place. Just let's bow our heads right now. And if you put a cross there. Well, now we're at the part of the service where we give back to God. If you're a first-time guest, don't feel obligated to give. Just be our guest. The offering is for our regular attenders, and we are so grateful to God. We give because we love Him. We give because we love what He's doing through the over 100 ministries and missions of Woodlands Church.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues.
You know, maybe you feel alone. Maybe you feel like no one understands what you're going through. Maybe you don't have the words to articulate how you really feel. You just can't express it. All you have to do is shine your light. Just reach out. And not only is God there waiting for you, but He has provided His church. The church is waiting for you too, a whole community of Christ followers who will respond to you and say, yes, we understand. We don't have to all go through the exact same hurts to know what it feels like to hurt. We don't have to all grieve the exact same loss to know what heart-shattering loss feels like. And that is what the church is for. See, by definition, if you're a Christ follower, it means that you've come to a place where you've said, yeah, and admitted, I'm broken. I am broken on my own. I'm trapped in this snow globe on my own. I need help. And that's when God shatters that glass and is right there for you. But the church is here for you too. And we want you to know you're not alone. The church is here for you. If you don't have a church home, we welcome you at Woodlands Church. You see, church is not a place that you go to. That's just wrong. People think of church as, oh, it's located over here or on that street. No, church isn't a place you go to. It's a family you belong to. And the church is waiting to embrace you. It's God's gift to us. We get to walk through this life, not only holding His hand, but surrounded by others heading the same direction.
And it's a forever
I
family.
sure wouldn't do it anymore. I'm the opposite now. I just always want to be warm, and I will grab the closest thing and wrap it around me. And then maybe some of you are in a place where hurt has come into your life, and you had nothing to do with it. You didn't see it coming. It is not your fault. You didn't cause it. It may be that you're in a season of hurt or loss or grief. And in the blizzard of that pain, it's hard to see the purpose, and it feels like winter will never end. You know, when we look into the lives of other people, it's kind of like snow globes. We think that other people's lives look perfect, but actually our life is really hard. The only way to really understand the tough stuff that's in someone else's life is to get into it. But that's what God did for us at Christmas. Because of Christmas, we know the winter won't last. Your season of harvest is coming, even if you can't see it yet. God is faithful even in the wintertime.